Have you ever noticed that when you're on the phone and watching a film, you simply can't give both your full attention? That's because the brain cannot focus on more than one cognitively demanding task at a time, but rather toggle tasks. Now imagine the danger this causes behind the wheel. According to NHTSA.gov, ever since cell phones and other forms of technology have become more and more mainstream, the risks of distracted driving have gone up and up to an alarming rate. Distracted driving is one of the leading causes of car accidents and related injuries in the United States. Today, let's look at what counts as distracted driving, the dangers, types, and laws on distracted driving, and ways you can help reduce distracted driving. So, what exactly is distracted driving? Distracted driving is considered an umbrella term. It does not mean simply texting and driving. According to NHTSA.gov, distracted driving is any activity that diverts attention away from driving, including talking or texting on the phone, eating and drinking, talking to people in your vehicle, fiddling with the stereo entertainment or navigation system, anything that takes your attention away from the task of safe driving. You cannot drive safely unless the task of driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in is a potential distraction and increases your risk of crashing. For the past decade, distracted driving has taken the U.S. roadways by storm, endangering not only distracted drivers, but also their passengers, those in other vehicles, and pedestrians. There are three main types to distracted driving, including manual, visual, and cognitive. Manual distractions are those where you take your hands away from the wheel. Visual distractions are those where you focus your eyes away from the road. A cognitive distraction is when your mind wanders away from the task of driving. Far too many drivers succumb to the deadly and often illegal temptation that has emerged as one of the most common forms of distracted driving and involves all three types and is the most alarming distraction: texting.
The funny thing about Hannah is she never crawled. She skipped it entirely. Went straight to walking and running. She was such an eager little girl. Guess she was always looking for the next amazing thing. I know that Hannah loved every one of you.
As seen in the video, all it takes is just seconds for it to happen to anyone. Sending or reading a text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving the length of an entire football field with your eyes closed. Today's teenagers are the most technologically savvy drivers to ever hit our roads. With all this technology, and now with modern vehicles loaded with new technical devices, some even on the dashboard, and carry-ons that invite driver distractions. With a new generation of teens learning to drive, experts predict that driver distractions will continue to increase. With all driver distractions, new laws have been implemented to help end this widespread epidemic of distracted driving. So far, 47 states, as well as Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Virgin Islands, have all passed laws making it illegal to text while driving. Last April, as a key part of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's You Drive, You Text, You Pay campaign, law enforcement will be hyper-vigilant looking for distracted drivers and charging fines. Other than new laws, there are other ways in which FCCLA members and other students can get and be involved in reminding people of tips to not drive distracted. Tips that can be reminded are: lead by example. No one should text and drive. Be an example for others, and if you need to talk or text on the phone, pull over to a safe place. Set rules for yourself and your household regarding distracted driving. Become informed and be active. Tell family, friends, and organizations to which you belong about the importance of driving without distractions. Take information to your kids' schools and ask that it be shared with students and parents. To help end this widespread epidemic, members and other students should give new drivers simple, clear instructions to not use their wireless devices while driving. Before new drivers even get their license, discuss the fact that taking their eyes off the road, even for a few seconds, could cause someone injury or even death. Today, I have talked about what distracted driving is, the dangers, types, and laws on distracted driving, and ways FCCLA members and other students can get and be involved in helping end this widespread epidemic of distracted driving. Practice safe driving. Don't become another statistic.